Hey guys, it's Drea. I have my highlighter collection video for you today. I'm sitting by a window, so hopefully the sunlight is going to be enough to be able to show you swatches of every highlighter in my collection. I don't think I've ever done this video before. I know I've done highlighter declutters before, but never a collection video. So I just recently did my eyeshadow palette collection, and I figured it would be a good time to do this one. So I'm going to start with all my palettes first. This is actually an eyeshadow palette from Clara Cosmetics. It's called the London palette, but I only use it, I don't really like the eyeshadows in here. I only use it for this highlighter here, which is a really, really intense highlighter. Really beautiful. You can see just how intense that is. So there's that. Okay, this is Whisper of Guilt. This is from the Nutcracker Sweet holiday collection a few years ago from MAC. And it has a blush in here and it has Whisper of Guilt. I bought this because of the hype. This is when they just re-released Whisper of Guilt, which is a very, very gold highlighter. And I don't love it, really. Like, I like it enough, it's fine, but I don't love it, but I definitely got swept up in the hype on that one. Okay, this is the NARS Banque de Sable palette. Yes, that's right. So this has 3 highlighters in here. Again, this was another like holiday kind of special edition palette at one point. So I really only use these 2. Sometimes I'll mix them together. This one, I think maybe I have mixed it with the others on certain occasions, but it's definitely like kind of a deep pink, whereas this one is kind of like your everyday champagne and this one is much lighter. Really beautiful palette. These ones are pretty smooth. I really like them. So this one is a Smashbox Casey Holmes collab palette. It's called the Spotlight palette in Pearl. There were 2 different ones, and this has 3 shades in it. I love this. It swatches like crap, and you'll be like, why do you love that? It's like nothing, but on the face it's absolutely gorgeous. So kind of similar to the NARS palette in the shade range of that. But yeah, they don't really do a lot for me swatched, but on the face, they look really, really, really beautiful. Next is this. This was the Becca Jaclyn Hill collab after the release of Champagne Pop, but before like the whole, I don't know, falling apart of that relationship. Anyway, this is, you know what this was? When they released Prosecco Pop, because that's what this is. This is Champagne Pop and this is Prosecco Pop. So I'm pretty sure this is the first time Prosecco Pop made an appearance, and I never use it. I still like Champagne Pop. I like it quite a bit. It's one of my favorites for sure. That's Champagne Pop, that's Prosecco Pop, but this I never use. I don't really like it. I don't know, like yellowy gold highlighters aren't my jam. But I don't know, it's alright. I mean, Becca highlighters are pretty usually. This is another Becca palette. This was from 2017 holiday. Alex gave me this. So this has a whole bunch of stuff in it. There are 3 highlighters: Rose Quartz, Icicle, and Opal. So this is Rose Quartz, Icicle, and Opal. I have had Opal in my collection. I'm pretty sure I decluttered it in a mini size, but I have it in this palette, so that's fine. It's a little too dark for me. Anyway, I don't really use it. I don't know, I didn't really like it when I had it in that mini, but I like this because, again, it's easier to mix, like when you have a palette like this. This is so weird, like my face is, you're seeing me from underneath in this palette, like that's so weird. Anyways, it's nice to be able to mix them together, you know what I mean? So you can kind of customize, which makes this a little bit more accessible to me. And then same thing, like this would be too light, but it's really nice to be able to mix them together when you have a palette in front of you. Okay, the rest of this is not going to be in any particular order. This stuff is just what was in my current everyday makeup drawer. This is from Lancome. It's the Glow For It palette in Rose Twinkle. There was like a purple version and then there's this version. I really, really like this. Lancome has been making beautiful highlighters lately. These ones are super smooth. They've got that kind of dimethicone feel to them. This one, again, this one, too dark for me probably, but really love these 2. I mix them, I wear them on their own, like I use them all the time. It's just a really gorgeous palette. This is one of the Sephora Golden Hour highlighters. I think I had 3 at one point and I decluttered 2 of them. This is in the shade Dusk, which is really, really pretty. It's definitely got a pink shift to it, especially when I wear it. Like I can see it on my cheeks. It's like it really pops pink a little bit, but it is nice. It's a little bit more chalkier and chunkier than some of my other highlighters. Here's a Becca highlight in Moonstone. I've decided that I don't really love this on myself after using it this last go around in my everyday makeup drawer. It's just, I don't know, it's too light. It's a little bit more on the matte side of things. Like I think you can kind of tell looking at all these and then this that it's definitely not, it doesn't have that shimmer and shine. So I mean that might be a preference for some people, but I don't really like it on me anymore. Which is kind of funny because this is the Dior Nude Air Luminizer in 001, and I feel like this kind of is also that same like kind of almost matte, definitely more subtle, not as shimmery as other things, but yet I really like this one on me. So, well, I think it probably does have a little more shine than Moonstone, but anyway, I definitely, if I'm going for a subtle highlighter, this would be my preference over that for sure. This e.l.f. Baked Blush in Pinktastic, I don't even know if you can still get this, but it's so good. And I've had people tell me like they can't get the e.l.f. Highlighters to work very well on them, but I've never had that issue. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. It's so pretty. Here's another Whisper of Guilt, and to be honest, I literally bought this only because of the packaging. Like, I don't even like it that much. I do use it though, but this was the 2017 holiday one, and just like, you don't even need to say why. I'm not gonna swatch it again because you saw it, but this packaging is to die for, and that's why I bought it. I might end up decluttering the Nutcracker, the Nutcracker Sweet one. Okay, this is the Maybelline Master Holographic Prismatic Highlighter. So this one is lovely. It's weird because it's super chunky and it's super thick, and it's got this kind of like duochromeness to it. But when you actually really buff it into your skin, it looks wet. And it's the only highlighter I have that does that, that has that phenomenon to it, and I really love it. This is one of my two favorite highlighters of all time. This is Sparkling Peach from Lancome. And this is now my makeup use up highlighter for the year. Here's where I'm trying to hit pan, right in this area here. I love this. It's one of the most intense highlighters I've ever used. It is a little bit darker than a lot of the ones I like to use, but for some reason it just really works on me, especially in the summertime. But yeah, it's so stunning and I love it so much. I have swatched the other ones in this line and I didn't love them as much as I love this one. Here are two from Makeup Revolution. These are the Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blushers. They are supposed to be blushes, but I just use them as highlighters because that's how they work best. This one is in Peachy Pink Kisses, and this one is in Iced Hearts. I'm just gonna mix it all together. Obviously you can put your brush wherever you want, but like, look, it's so gorgeous. And then this one here is just like a more pink version. There you go, you can really see it there. So this is just more of a pink one, and this is more of like an champagne peach. I also have these two eyeshadows from JCat Beauty. These are the Triple Crown Baked eyeshadows. This one is in the shade Raspberry Smoothie, and then this one is in Creme Brulee. And same idea, like, I mean, I don't usually stick my brush in the darkest of these. These are eyeshadows, but I use them as highlighters because they are gorgeous. So there you go. There's that one, Creme Brulee, and then this is Raspberry Smoothie. And that's definitely more white, but. So I used to have the gold one from Laura Geller, Gilded Honey, right? But I just decided I didn't love it, and so I decluttered it. But I kept this one, which I love this with a deep intensity. This is Diamond Dust, and it's that, like, again, duochrome, pink, gold. Definitely, you can see the pink in it. Like, definitely you can see that pink in that one right there. It's so gorgeous, and it's just so gorgeous on those cheeks. Like, sometimes swatches on your hand just don't show how nicely it looks when it's on top of foundation and you have a setting spray on top, you know what I mean? Anyways, okay, this one I also adore. This is the Fenty Beauty highlighter in Hustla Baby. This came in that little set with the lip gloss, and both those products are like this and that gloss are just such favorites of mine. So there you go. It's just really pretty. It's got like this gold, but then it kind of almost shifts red undertone. It's really interesting. Unlike anything I own, love it. Here's a couple that aren't really favorites, but for some reason I still have them. This is the Hard Candy Just Glow Rose Gold Highlighter. I haven't used this in forever, but I just remember not really loving it that much. I don't know, that looks okay. In a swatch, there doesn't really seem to be anything wrong with it. I just remember not really loving it. Maybe I should try that out again. This is the Maybelline Master Holographic in 200. It doesn't have a name. Just, oh sorry, the Master Fairy Highlighter. Anyways, it's like this 4-part purple. I'm just gonna mix it all together so you can see. I have used this in like Halloween looks, or like if you wanted like really ethereal editorial makeup. It's really cool. I don't know if it's still available, but I like having it in my collection just for the times that I do need something really unique. This one is from CoverFX. I don't even know if it's still available, but it's in Moonlight. This was my makeup use up highlighter last year, and then I kind of gave up on it because I kind of fell out of love with it. You can see there's a huge dent there. But I ended up finding other things I liked better, like for example, the Lancome. But anyway, this has definitely got an ethereal look to it as well. It is, I would say, more on the subtle side, but you can see a glow to it. So it's just one of those where if you're looking for that really natural, subtle glow and not to be beaming, it's a good one. Okay, here's, again, just kind of no particular order. I don't know if you can still get this. I got this from the Bay. This is Vincent Longo Flora La Bella Luce highlighter. So the name is Flora. I love this. It's so beautiful. It's like this icy, like it's white when you go like this, but on the cheek, and when you buff it in, it's just got this wet kind of like, let me just really buff it. Like, look at that. So pretty. So I can never see myself getting rid of that. This is MAC Soft and Gentle. It came to me broken, but it doesn't matter because I got it for free. It's really gorgeous. Like, I used this a lot in the last month since I got it, and it's just nice to have something so classic like this in your collection, but at the same time, like, I really actually do like it. It's definitely, again, in terms of glow nowadays, it's on the more subtle side, even though it's still, yeah, it has a decent amount of glow to it. This used to be one of my favorites, the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in Radiant Lights. I remember a couple of years ago people really loved these. I just don't know anymore if I still love it the way I used to. I haven't used it in so long. But I don't know. It looks pretty good there. They're definitely on the powdery side of things, which I think is okay if you have oily skin, because your oil definitely melds with your makeup throughout the day. And takes away a lot of powderiness, but if you have dry skin, I don't know, probably wouldn't be the best. Here's something else that Alex gave me last year for Christmas. This is the Golden Kiss highlighter from Makeup Revolution, and I actually really, really like this. I haven't used it in a while though. I should bust it out again. And again, like, I don't love golden highlighters, but this one, for some reason, it just speaks to me, and it looks really nice on my skin. So I do actually really like this a lot. Okay, this little thing is the last of it. What's this? Oh, this is Champagne Pop. This is my first Champagne Pop when it was first released. You can see, like, I definitely have a huge amount of pan on that. And eventually I will try to pan it. But yeah, it's definitely has a place in my collection. I think it's one of those that is just a classic now. It works on so many people. It looks beautiful on so many people. I really love it. There's nothing bad to say about it. Okay, let's swatch both of these Master Chrome from Maybelline. So both of these are gorgeous. This one is the Master Chrome in 100 Molten Gold, and this is number 50 Rose Gold. This is my favorite drugstore highlighter of all time, and it's pretty much in like my top 3 or 4 of all of my highlighters. I think this is pretty similar to Sparkling Peach from Lancome. Like, it's definitely a little more peach than Sparkling Peach is, it definitely has that actual peachness to it, where a lot of them are just kind of like champagne, but it has the exact same texture as the Lancome one. So I love it. It's a little bit thicker, but it buffs in really nice. It has that intense glow, which I love. It looks so gorgeous on the cheeks. And then this one is the gold version. I don't use this one as often. Again, like golds aren't my thing all the time, but it is really beautiful, and I do use it here and there. But if you love gold highlighters, again, the texture of this, the shine, like they're really beautiful. Okay, this is gonna be a little experiment. This is my Dior Nude Air Luminizer in 002. This came out with the Glowing Gardens line, but now it's in the permanent line as well. You can see I've used it a ton. This is my favorite highlighter of all time, and it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. It looks even better on the skin. Like, it's one of those where if I wear it, I just like, I look back on videos of myself and I go, what am I wearing on my cheeks, because it's so gorgeous. And then I check my description and it's this. So this just, there's nothing like it. Now, people say that this is a dupe for the Dior. So we're just gonna swatch them next to each other. This is the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow, and just for the heck of it, this is the Wet n Wild Precious Petals. So I'm just gonna swatch them on either side, just so we can compare everything. Yeah, that's not even close to 001. It's definitely more pink, it's definitely more icy, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous, especially for a drugstore highlighter, but it's not a dupe. And then this one looks to me to be more similar. Yeah, it definitely is. This one is definitely more similar to the Dior one, but still a little bit different, like when you really look at it. I mean, let's be honest, on the face, these kind of things usually don't make much of a difference, but it definitely has a little bit more of a peach rose gold tone, and this one is a little bit more champagne. But these are amazing, amazing highlighters, especially at a drugstore price point. Okay, last four. This is from NYX. These are the Duochromatic Illuminating Powders. This is in Lavender Steel. This is in Snow Rose. I love these. I love this one especially. This one is very similar to the Laura Geller one in Diamond Dust. The only difference is the texture of these definitely is not quite as nice. It's definitely, I've said definitely a lot. It's more powdery for sure. Like, I can see it kind of sit on top of the skin a little bit more than be integrated into the skin, but you can see that pink shift to it. So if you want a drugstore version, that's a really good one. And then Lavender Steel is also a holographic kind of shifting duochrome highlighter, but it's purple. And it's really, really pretty. Something a little bit different if you don't want to just be like, hey, champagne highlighter all the time. Okay, this is one of my favorites from Physicians Formula. It's the Natural Nude in, the name is always in a weird spot and it's always 10 words long. Here we go. Shimmer strips all in one custom nude palette for face and eyes in Natural Nude. So this, as you can see, is one of those that is like very customizable depending on where you put your brush. I only ever really put my brush on this side, and I pretty much always just mix all of this together, and it's really gorgeous. Still, again, one of those that swatch is not as nice, but when it's on the cheeks, it has that glow that is so pretty. So there's that. And then very last, this one is one of my favorites from this year. Like, I discovered this year and it's just amazing. This is the powder highlighter from Jouer in Topaz. It's this, just, I don't know, it's like this pinky champagne. The texture of it in the pan is actually kind of rough, which is kind of weird. You don't see that a lot with highlighters for the most part, but on the skin, especially in the sunlight, when, like, if I go outside and I look at myself in the car mirror with this, it's just incredible. It's so beautiful, especially in the summer. So this is definitely taking a spot in like my top 5 as well. So that's it for my highlighter collection. I hope that you guys really liked it. If you did, definitely subscribe. Let me know if you would like another collection video soon. I was thinking about doing blush. That's going to be another long one though. So let me know if you'd like to see that. But thanks so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!